So last night I was searching something on Google and this popped up. Yep, that is AI embedded in a Google search answering a question about itself. And is this really, really needed? Because I think it's not. And there's a few companies, big companies, small companies with lots of capital that are investing in AI and adding AI to their products. And I think that they're making their products worse. So if you don't know what the Google AI overview is, when you go to google.com, the search engine, the website that we all know and love, and if we search for something, in the good old days, websites that were written by humans would pop up in order of the most popular website or the most relevant keywords. I'm not really an SEO expert. Now, what Google is testing out and has released is something called an AI overview. This is where you search for something and some sneaky AI gives a response which consists of some sort of summary that actually answers your question. And I guess in theory that can be fine, but this is what's happening. So someone on Twitter called Pixel Butts recently posted, Google is dead beyond comparison. And they searched for cheese not sticking to pizza. There was a search query. And the AI overview responded that you can add about 1/8 cup of non-toxic glue to the sauce, which obviously is not very correct. Someone also asked it how to clean their washing machine, and it responded by telling the person that they should mix two things together, which shouldn't be mixed together because it would cause a very, very bad gas. I'm trying to make this PG, but I'll link the actual tweet in the description. And if you want some personal experience, well, today I asked it how to heal a deep quickly, and it responded with this, but also didn't mention the first thing that anyone should do, which is to seek medical attention. I did ask it a few medical and health-related questions, and it seems to be giving medical advice. And I'm not sure if a lot of people would feel comfortable with that. Obviously, people who are technology inclined are fine, but if you think about other people who may not be technology inclined, may not understand what AI overview is, kids, elderly folks, etc., it can potentially be quite dangerous. Because on a normal search, if you ask medical related questions, the person can see the exact website that it's from to know whether to trust the source or not. So if I ask a medical question just on normal search, and I know that my result is from Mayo Clinic, then I know it's probably a trusted website, it's a legit source. But with the AI responses, it doesn't really tell you where exactly it's gathering its information. So there's no references or anything like that. It just gives you a text paragraph for you to read. So the information can be from a random blog post that has no authority or credibility, and it appears at the top of the web page. It's the first thing you see. And I think the major issue with AI now is that we all know that AI hallucinates. It makes up things and it presents it as facts. It's still a big issue. It's a big issue regardless of the model that you're using as well. And personally, I think maybe a company like Google should actually hold out until they resolve this issue, which to be honest, I don't know how they are going to resolve it, because I'm sure if someone had some sort of solution, it would have been presented by now because there's so much competition in the industry. But at the moment, we can't tell if the information is correct, and it is leading to some really risky results, which is unfortunate. To add onto this, recently Microsoft has released a new feature called Recall. It is an AI feature for Windows 11, and you know what? I'm just going to let them explain it and you be the judge.
And now we have it. So it's called Recall. It's not keyword search, right? It's semantic search over all your history. And it's not just about any document. We can recreate moments from the past, essentially.
Here's how it works. Windows constantly takes screenshots of what's on your screen, then uses a generative AI model right on the device, along with the NPU, to process all that data and make it searchable, even photos.
So what Recall does is actually record your PC usage and behavior in literal terms of it taking actual screenshots of your activity every few seconds. And with that, they pipe this behavior into a powerful natural language-based AI application. And from there, it applies some sort of intelligence and analyzes your past history to make your experience a bit better. Anyone who's watched this video, who's keeping track with the announcement, they're voicing their privacy concerns, as they should be. The response from Microsoft, when asked if this is a privacy concern, is that it is all local and everything will stay on the device. So nothing will be synced to the cloud. Now, as consumers, that means that we do have to trust everything they say and ensure that that policy won't be changed. And I think a lot of consumers can't really put their full trust in huge tech companies like this, especially when it comes to privacy issues. But also, what happens if your laptop is stolen or hacked? Because all of your activity is sitting in a specific folder. It's physical stuff, which is screenshots, etc. Maybe there's passwords, maybe there's information that you would not want the public to see, and it's all just in one place for it to conveniently be looked at and accessed by anyone if they have your actual computer. It just seems like a situation that can be taken advantage of really easily. I think it would be really cool for my PC to start understanding my behavior and making my experience a bit more easier. But unfortunately, that does mean that it needs to analyze my behavior. And that part there, I am a bit concerned about because it is still my privacy and safety. I also think the issue is that in future, what they say now can change, right? Because they could analyze my behavior, anonymize it, create a nice little profile for me, assign me a unique customer ID, and then use my behavior to start advertising stuff to me, which again is still legal, but might be a bit unethical, or they could sell that aggregated data to companies, which is what a lot of the apps are doing now. However, this is taking it one step further because it is tracking my activity every few seconds using screenshots when I use my computer. So with the rise of AI, we are getting a lot of new companies being created and selling this dream of having an AI personal assistant that are standalone AI devices that can do everything for you, almost like a human personal assistant. Again, another concept that is pretty cool, and if it could work properly, great. So this company in particular has released a product called Rabbit R1. It's an AI assistant. It has this little screen. You talk to it.
Start my morning routine.
And it's supposed to do all of that without you doing anything further. Unfortunately, it doesn't. Now, I do wish I had the device to review, but I don't. I'm not spending $200 on a device, and also it needs to be shipped to South Africa, where I'm from, and that will probably end badly. But CoffeeZilla actually released a video recently and did test it out.
Order me breakfast.
The DoorDash Rabbit is under maintenance. Sorry for the inconvenience, and please come back later.
So to confirm, it doesn't work. In fact, a lot of YouTubers did release some pretty bad reviews about this very product. And what's sad is, again, this company has sold thousands of devices, I believe 50,000 devices, millions of dollars in sales, and people are being sold a dream that's not very true. I know some people may say, well, if you buy a product and you haven't done research, that's on you. However, in this case, I feel like if you watch their marketing video, and I'll link it in my description below, their marketing video comes across as if this is already done, it can do it perfectly. And people have now looked into the back end, and it is basically ChatGPT mixed with some hard coding. I'm assuming that they are web scraping the actual DoorDash and Uber Eats site, so there's nothing too intelligent that's happening. And the fancy model that they're using isn't anything new. And there's a lot of companies that are similar. The Humane Pin was another device that basically marketed it as a next level AI assistant. Again, it was reviewed, terrible reviews from everyone. So it seems like all of these companies are using AI to market new products, keep you on their platform, get more sales, but the AI just isn't living up to the dream. And look, I'm a data analyst. I love AI. I love machine learning. I love building my own models. But releasing all these AI projects seem to highly advantage the companies and highly disadvantage the customers. It's just not fair at this stage. But it looks like they don't care because they are probably making a lot of money, or they plan to make a lot of money. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know your thoughts. If you like my content, please like, comment, and subscribe. I will see you on the next one.